So I have been following the Starch Solution for a little bit now, and I wanted to talk about it. I think the last time I talked about my weight loss diet was like over a year ago. So sorry about that. But I was following the Nutritarian diet, which is Dr. Joel Fuhrman, and the Starch Solution is not that far off from that. I think they vary in like the amount of fat that they allow in the diet. So the Starch Solution is Dr. John McDougall. This is not like new. I didn't invent this. This diet has been around since, I don't know, the 60s or 70s. But I had always known about it. So I've been vegan since 2015. That's a really long time. But more recently, what spurred all this is I just had a baby in January, so 6 months ago. And about the 3-month mark, I wanted to start being more intentional about my weight loss because, you gain weight as, you go through pregnancy, and I know it's hard to get that off, and I know it can hang around for a long time. So I wanted to be really intentional about the way I was eating and making sure I was actually losing weight and not, continuing to eat out and eat unhealthy and then, moping around like, why am I still holding on to all this fat? Well, I got to do something about it. So I started the Starch Solution pretty much 95%, which is like what I'm still doing. That was like 3 months ago, like April-ish. So, it's awesome. Let me just say that. I've been watching a lot of Healthy Emmy and her videos. She's a weight loss coach. She does a Starch Solution. It's getting really hot in here. So I've learned a lot from Healthy Emmy and her protocol. I'm not a client. It's very expensive. So I'm just trying to soak up as much information I can free from YouTube. And I think a lot of it, what weight loss is just the mindset. And I don't know if maybe it's becoming a mom and being in my 30s. I feel like a different person than when I tried to lose weight in the past. The one thing I really love about this way of eating is that I'm not hungry. Like I'm not starving myself. I'm not under eating. When I'm hungry, I eat. And I'm still losing weight. It just like blows my mind. Like it's so obvious. Like it's like duh. Like you can eat the right foods and lose weight. But like I've never done that. The only way I've lost weight in the past is from a 2-month juice cleanse. Would not recommend. Juice is great. I think you need to eat food. So like my mindset now is creating a lifestyle, a way of eating that I can continue on for the rest of my life. And hopefully once I get down to my goal arena, then I will stay there and I will fit into all my clothes and wear my favorite jeans for the rest of my life. Like that sounds really cool to me. Okay, so let's get into my notes. So I have been following the 50-50 plate. That will help you lose weight quicker. Then the alternative would just be to eat like your starch and then add some vegetables, not really intentionally, but the 50-50 plate makes sure you're eating a lot of like the equal amount of vegetables to your starch. And a tip I've learned from everyone on YouTube is to eat your vegetables first because they're not as exciting and they're so bulky. So think of broccoli. They're bulky and you can eat, I don't know, I don't eat quite a pound at a time. Maybe the package I eat is like 12 ounces, I think. So if you eat all of that first, you're taking up a lot of room in your stomach, and then you're going to eat your starch after that. Starch is so healthy, but if you're eating your vegetables first, then you're obviously going to fill up, and then you'll be, full, and you're less hungry afterwards, and you stay full for a while. The other thing I love is that starch. So I eat mostly gold potatoes. I'm absolutely obsessed. They're so creamy and they make really good French fries if you steam them first and then put them in the air fryer. But they're so satiating, and I don't find myself snacking as often. I eat enough at my meal. Sometimes I'll make like a huge portion and I'll just eat what I feel comfortable eating, like comfortably full. And then if I'm still feeling like peckish or hungry 30 minutes or an hour later, then I'll like eat the rest. But for the most part, I eat pretty much like 3 meals a day. And that's another thing I learned from Healthy Emmy. Like, you don't really have to call it breakfast, lunch, dinner. Just call them feedings or meals, and eat when you're hungry. Stop when you're full, whether that be 3 meals, 2 meals, 5 meals a day, whatever it is. But as long as you're not stuffing yourself, then yeah, you're good. I'm still drinking coffee and every day. I love coffee. It's so good. I mentioned I'm a mom to a 6-month-old, so she's keeping me up at night still, and mama needs her coffee. So yeah, I've got creamer in that. I try to get a lower fat creamer. I think Silk is a good one. I'll have to post a list of the creamers I found online that are supposed to be no oil and lower fat. So you can do that. And I'm not afraid of adding sugar to anything. So you can add sugar to your coffee if your creamer is not quite as tasty, and that should help keep the fat lower. And then I also drink soda occasionally. I just really love a good Dr. Pepper, okay? Like once a week. We need Dr. Pepper. Zevia is a really great alternative. It's no sugar, but sometimes you just need the real thing, okay? Probably could do without that. Not going to. A couple of my major tips would be to get frozen vegetables. I mean, obviously fresh is great, but I've heard that frozen, they pick it at ripeness and it freezes in that state. So they really retain more nutrients, I guess, than a fresh vegetable. And they last forever in the freezer. And we just get like a bunch, I would say like up to 10 of like the 12-ounce frozen broccoli packages, and they're steamable. So you just throw it in the microwave for 5 minutes while you're preparing your starch, and then it's done. It could not be easier. I have maybe 1 to 2 every day. Lots of broccoli over here, and I just do either a little bit of salt on top or the liquid aminos, soy sauce, and it's so good. It's so easy. I honestly didn't think eating this way and losing weight could be this easy. And it's that, like, when when you don't have this mindset yet, it's like, okay, that is rocket science. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to stay consistent. But it's finding the things that work for you. So the frozen broccoli for me, and then also canned green beans. I mean, I'm sure fresh would taste better, but I'm not bothered by it. And I just throw it in the microwave in a bowl, and that's my veg. Okay, so I'm also following my hunger fullness cues. So eating until you're full, stopping when you're full. Don't overstuff yourself. If you're still hungry or peckish after your meal, then have some more. Start with your vegetables, of course, and then move on to your starch, and that will keep you from overeating. So I don't really snack that often, like I mentioned, but when I occasionally feel either like I've gone too long between meals and I'm like really hungry and I'm waiting for my meal to cook, I have some like carrots peeled and cut, prepped up in the refrigerator, and I've been snacking on those. I love pickles. I like batch prepping rice. I really like jasmine rice. Brown rice is gonna have more nutrients, but eat what you like. If you're gonna eat it, then, you know, that's what you should do. That's the kind of rice you should eat. Rice, you can throw that in the microwave, and sometimes I like to put almond milk and sugar and do like a warm rice situation. It's delicious for like a really quick, easy little snack. Any veggies like carrots, like I mentioned, and then Zevia, which is not really a snack, but I wanted to mention Zevia again because I'm obsessed. Okay, so my actual weight loss so far. So I gained 35 pounds during pregnancy. At this point, I've lost like 28 pounds. That's including birth, which was about 10 pounds of baby and, you know, etc. So I think that's pretty good. I'm like really excited. I'm not that far away from my pre-pregnancy weight, which was like 144-ish. So that's really exciting. I've got about 20-ish pounds to go before I really am at my like goal weight area. Like in the 120s would be nice. 125 is like perfect. I've been that weight. I was that weight like a couple years ago after my juice cleanse, and I felt really good. I looked really good, and I just felt so confident. I really like how I am at that weight. So that's the goal so far. I'm 5'3.5", by the way. So I have been feeling really good. I don't really get sick. I feel like normal. Like I feel like we should be feeling nothing. Like our bodies should be at this homeostasis, no aches and pains, upset stomach every day. I think that, that living that way is really exhausting, and yeah, we should be eating well so we feel good and that we can go about our days and accomplish the things that we want to and not have to worry about, what's going on in our bodies. A couple of things I am dealing with though would be gas and I've dealt with that for years and I really am not sure what's going on. I don't think it's IBS because I don't have any other symptoms. Yeah, I feel like it's more gas than the average person, but I haven't really asked around. That's a lot of information, Noelle. Okay. So I don't know if it's the excess potatoes I'm eating or like I'm eating a ton of fiber, which I feel like my body should be used to at this point. So that's kind of like a question mark, a mystery. I'm always like trying to figure out what that could be. I've heard coffee could cause it. I've heard like carbonated beverages could cause it. And I'm like, if that's the cause, then I will live with the gas because I don't want to give up my like delicious drinks, okay? And then I do get a little bit bloated just in the evening, but I'm thinking that's pretty normal for the amount of fiber that I eat. It's nothing extreme or painful, but I just wanted to mention that is normal. Okay, so I wanted to throw in a few tips if you are starting this way of eating. I'm really excited for you because it's delicious, it's satiating, it's so easy to lose weight. I haven't read the book, honestly. You could probably go read the book or find the audiobook. But I eat up YouTube videos like they're candy, okay? And yeah, I just learn a lot from there. Put it in your headphones, go for a 30-minute walk and learn all you can about this way of eating. I mean, not only is it good for your health, it's good for your, heart health, your cardiovascular. It helps you from getting cancer and your longevity of life, your joints feeling good. And yeah, I mean, there's so many positives. And then just being vegan in general, we're saving the planet, y'all. My tips. So focus on one thing at a time, like switching out one thing a week or a day or whatever you can handle. Like, so my creamer, for example, I was doing like the Starbucks almond milk creamer, which is like so delicious. But I'm like, okay, maybe that's one thing I can switch out and make lower fat because I have it every day. So it's like little things like that, like paying attention to the things that you are consuming and finding a different, better alternative for that. So like don't deprive yourself of the things you love, but how can you be kinder to your body at the same time? So, and I've heard nutritionists say this, that you want to focus on adding to your meals and not what you're subtracting. So like adding your vegetables, like I mentioned, eating those first. And then, eventually over time, that's going to overcrowd the stuff that you're really not supposed to be consuming or shouldn't be consuming. So take it one meal at a time, one day at a time. Sustainable weight loss is really slow, really slow. Don't fall for these fad diets, these YouTube videos with the titles of like, I lost 30 pounds in a month. Like they're obviously starving themselves, okay? Let's not fall suspect to that. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take a lot of time. But once you're like, get the ball rolling and it just kind of snowballs and you're like, oh my gosh, I've lost 10 pounds already in 3 months. I'm so proud of myself. Like, I can do this. This is like, this time in 6 months or next year, like I'll be at my goal weight. It's just, you got to keep going, keep putting that foot in front of the other, one step at a time. And I would also just say, to like get comfortable with yourself, get comfortable with your body, what you look like right now, because you can't change it overnight. So just like love where you're at right now. Know that weight loss will come, know that health will come, feeling better will come, and just focus on eating well, focus on your health. I know that's like easier said than done. It's so much fun to like weigh myself every morning, like see the scale go down, the number. But yeah, it'll come, I promise, if you are following this way of eating, you know, mostly. I think you're gonna definitely see results. Okay, those are all my tips and my experience for following the Starch Solution diet. I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to keep you guys updated on my weight loss and just how I'm feeling overall. And more what I eat in a day videos are coming. I love to make those. I think it's really cool to see how other people eat and get inspiration from that. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this, what you'd like to see next. Do my job for me, okay? I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.